All right. Hey guys, hopefully this is all set up and working. Not really sure because right now I'm running off of a webcam attached to my laptop with a microphone attached also to my laptop. It's a very convoluted setup. So if you guys can hear me sound off in the chat, and that would be greatly appreciated. I can't do a live stream from my phone until 1,000 subscribers, so I had to try and find a workaround. And this is the workaround that I figured out. I am good, Star Saber Prime. I am good. Just got back home from getting a haul. So basically, what this is going to be, it's random, it's generic. I'm just going to be talking. Yeah, this is the white void. So this is there. You're not seeing anything right now. But basically, I got a haul today. I went to Walmart and I got some. Let's see if I can show these off. I picked up some of these, the retro collection. I got Boba Fett. I got Han Solo. I got the full wave of these at Walmart. I don't know if I'm going to unbox them or if I'm going to keep them on the card because they are pretty awesome. And so here's a fun story for you guys with that. I went to Walmart and I had other stuff to get. So, don't scold me for going there, but I had other stuff to get. Went to the toy aisle and there was nothing really there in the Star Wars section. So I walked around the aisle. And when I came back, the guy who was stocking had literally just put this wave out. So I picked these up. I got those. I don't know if I'm going to unbox them for a video or not, but I figured I would show those off. I'll show each one individually in just a second. And then something I will be showing on this live stream, sort of on a whim, I picked up these 3 minifigure mystery packs. I kind of, felt it like this, and I think I've got the Viking, the drone pilot, and another Viking. I wanted the Viking and the drone pilot, so that was I really want these ones. And you know what, James Fox podcast, it was essential. It really was. And I got these, so we'll be opening these. Hello, Stefan. Hello, Zach. Whoever else is in the chat, I'm trying to keep up while also keeping interest in what is going on here. So I got these. We'll open these up on the live stream. I'll show these guys off on the live stream. And then I went on Facebook Marketplace and I actually picked up a big box of Mega Blocks, which sounds horrible because obviously I'm more of a Lego person. But based on what I saw on the box, it was Halo Mega Blocks. I didn't really get to dig through the box, but it should be Halo Mega Blocks. I'm hoping that I didn't get scammed, but unfortunately, I can't really bring that up to show off in the camera. Don't fall over. But give me just 1 second. There we go. But it is off screen here, and basically I'm going to try and go through it and see what I can pull out of it for the live stream. I know right off the top it has these instructions for the Arctic Wolverine from Halo Wars. I'm pretty sure this isn't in there, though, so I think they just included random instructions, which is okay, but at least there is some Halo stuff in there, hopefully. Let's see. Zach says, I went out shopping yesterday, too. Couldn't find any more TBC clones. They only had the Empire Strikes Back 40th anniversary. I did get a bag of Lego with droids and possibly a classic clone. Well, that's awesome. You can't beat the classic clones, I don't think. I think those are the best mold that they ever made. So, yeah, let's start off with one of these, and then we'll do some of the bricks. You guys can ask questions in the chat. I'll try and keep up with that. We'll open one of these, look at some of the stuff from the box, and then open these throughout the rest of the chat. I don't know how long this will be today, guys, but hopefully you'll just bear with me. And thanks for sticking around as long as you can. I appreciate it. So like I said, one of these is going to be a Viking. I'm predicting it. One of these is going to be the drone pilot, and I think the other one is going to be another Viking. I could be wrong. These are the only ones that were there. The rest were sold out. So let's see what this is. Oh, I'm right. There we go. Got the drone pilot. So you have this. Here, let me tilt the camera down just a wee bit, if it will. I'm using a crappy webcam, so bear with me. Just give me 1 second. I miss the original Lego Phase 2 clones. Yeah, you know, the original Phase 2 clones I think are probably the best. I just wish that they had simply updated the mold and filled in the visor so that you could just put them on with like a regular Lego head and you didn't have to use the black head. But you know, it is what it is. That's kind of my that's my catchphrase now on this channel. I feel like it is what it is. I would have loved that, but they didn't do that. So I guess I can't complain. I'm happy with the classic ones that we did get, though. They are awesome. And my favorite one of that line is the 91st Recon guy that came with the ATRT. That was my first ever Lego Clone Trooper. And it's awesome. I still have it somewhere, probably with my Lego Star Wars things. Excuse me. All right, so let's see how this goes. Little propellers. You get an extra propeller. That's a nice little touch. He'll hold that like so. It's kind of a cool little, I don't know if you want to call it an Easter egg, but he has like a Band-Aid on his face there. So he cut himself with the propellers, I'm assuming. I'm just going to catch up on the chat here really quick. Let's see. Did I get any of the TVC clone re-release? I did not. Not a fan of that skinny mold. I really don't like it. The only one that I did get was, I don't even know how that's supposed to go together. The only one I did get was the 41st Landing Platform Clone Trooper, the correct one. And that's it. That's the only one that I've got. I kept it on the card because that's my favorite Legion, but I also just don't care about that particular mold. So it looks good enough on the card that I actually just kept it that way. Let's see here. Oh, interesting. Okay, so that's actually the camera. The camera goes on the bottom here. And that's the lens. And he holds it just like so. It's kind of weird that like my live streams are usually Lego oriented or, you know, brick oriented, and then my videos are all action figure oriented. That's just kind of the name of the game because I don't really know what to do on a live stream where it doesn't get boring. And so I feel like opening up some Lego characters, building them, and doing that sort of thing is a little bit more engaging for a live stream. And then the action figure reviews I can film separately and keep them there. So I don't know. That's just my methodology with this. And then hello Rogue Tower, hello Max, how's it going? Noise Collection, thank you. It's pretty cool. They should stop using the clone skinny mold. I agree, but I doubt that they will. We did see the new Commander Wolf figure, which I did pre-order. So I guess, Zach, that does answer your question. That is a kind of a re-release since it's like the Doom mold. And I did pre-order that, but it's not the mold that I wish they had used. It's just okay. So, you know, that's it. What I would say to that. Okay, photographs. Pre-order any of the new Black Series figures. Pretty much all of them. I pre-ordered a bunch of the Clone Troopers and Stormtroopers, and then I pre-ordered one of every Ghost Crew, and I pre-ordered one of the Beskar Mando. Definitely going to do reviews on all those eventually, but you know they don't come out until October, so yeah, it'll be a bit before I get to those. Yes, I did review the 501st Stormtrooper, or rather, it's technically a Stormtrooper Commander, so get your facts right. But yeah, I got that in the mail yesterday, or the day before, rather, and reviewed it that night, and then just like that, T-pose the new figures, you must. Okay, well, you know what? You know what, Stefan? You can't T-pose Lego characters. You can't do it. They don't T-pose. All right, so as far as the haul goes, the main part of the haul, it's all this stuff, you know? And so I've got an empty box beside me. I'm basically just going to kind of piece through this stuff and try and figure out if there's anything good in it. There's definitely Halo Mega Blocks in here. Like this is one of the marbled pieces from the early UNSC sets. I've recently kind of gotten back into the Mega Block line, mainly for the figures. If you saw my collection tour, I'm really mainly there for the figures, the Halo figures. Huge fan of Halo. In fact, last night I just sat down and restarted Halo 3 ODST. That's one of the best games in the Halo franchise, I'm pretty sure. And that's a piece to something Covenant, I'm pretty sure. Got a Warthog windshield. So there's some good pieces in here. I'm really hoping for figures. But there's no guarantee, just because this is one of those lots on Facebook where it's like somebody could have picked through this and picked out all the figures and then just sold the bricks and been like, oh yeah, there's totally figures in here, but there's not. So I'm hoping that's not the case. Let's see. I love trolling Sam. Yes, you guys do. And I appreciate it. It's actually kind of fun. Do I still have the 91st antenna mold clone? Yes, I have 3 of them. 3 of the official Hasbro 91st antenna mold. I think I clarified in the video where I reviewed them that they are by like 90% assurance from Hasbro that those are actually released, or not released, but unreleased Hasbro figures. They're official. But I also bought the bootleg version of them, which is crappy because China is now producing bootleg versions of the Shock Trooper, the ARC 170 Elite Trooper, the Mandalorian Pack Trooper, the 5th Fleet Trooper, the Shock Trooper, and the 41st Landing Platform Clone Trooper. So, and they're decent. That's the scary part. They're decent. So I'm kind of worried about eBay having these bootleg lots for people buying them. They might just be like, oh, that's a Hasbro figure. They'll buy it, and then they'll end up getting a bootleg figure because they're very, very accurate. In fact, I just ordered the 41st Elite from China. I'm going to put together a video where I kind of show off some of the differences and discuss the quality differences between the two, because the Chinese version is definitely not a high quality product, or I should say the bootleg version. They're both made in China, but the bootleg version is not the same quality. So I'll put together a video on that, and hopefully that will be helpful to anyone that is like considering buying from eBay and maybe doesn't know the difference. And I just wouldn't want anyone to buy a bootleg because, you know, it sucks when you get a bootleg when you're expecting the real deal, the official real deal, you know. But anyways, that's bamboo. Look at that nice bamboo. Oh, here we go. Okay, so this is actually really awesome. I hope the rest of the pieces are in here. This is an ODST drop pod from the original wave release of drop pods. There were 3 of these. There was a green jungle version. There was a blue silver edition, which I have. And then there's this edition, which is like the re-entry version. So it looks like there's flames and scorch marks from a pod re-entering the atmosphere. So I'm hoping the rest of the pieces are for this. You've got the like drag chute here, and then the front half. There's a back half, and then there's the door. Let's hope that that's in here, because that would be fantastic. Even without the figure, I've got plenty of ODST figures, but I would really appreciate having that complete. As for if they'll bring back the antenna mold, I don't think so. Hasbro has done pretty well moving forward. And what I mean by done pretty well moving forward is, I mean, they don't really go back to old molds. They just keep the same old, or they keep the new molds. They roll them out with new molds, and they don't go back. So I'm going to say probably never, even though I would like it if they did. I just don't think that they will. Got to clean off some of these bricks here. Hopefully that's not just super loud in the microphone, but I'm using a nicer microphone. Hopefully it kind of keeps the sound quality top notch. There's some Creo pieces, like Creo legs here that I'm finding. That's a piece to the Warthog. That's like the front of the Warthog. That's a non-Lego or anything. That's like a hair piece. That could be interesting for a custom. I might keep that for like a custom figure or something. Throw that in the garbage. Let's see. That's not literally being thrown in the garbage, just so you know, but it is just going in an empty box I have beside me. I could be wrong, but I think this is the Master Chief's cryo tube from Halo 4. So that's cool. That's another good piece that I could use. Again, I don't really collect the sets for the Halo Mega Blocks, but I at least enjoy the figures. And so if I find pieces or vehicles, then it's nice to have those for display, I guess. Oh, let's see what we get in this. Oh, now this is interesting. You 3 3/4 inch fans will recognize this. It's a Geonosian Battle Droid backpack, not battle pack, backpack. That's good. That's something that I'll definitely use. I don't really know for what, since I don't have any battle droids right now, but that's something that at least is usable. And then let's see if there's anything else in these parts. Looks like a bunch of bricks. Definitely Halo parts in here. There's a Creo torso or something like that. Put that there. That's awful and ugly, and I hate it. Yeah, and referring to Gold Gambino, you could actually just buy a plain trooper and paint it with the 91st logo, or you could probably find some decals online and just decal it. I'm actually looking at getting a decal printer, and so I'll be producing decals for people on Instagram or Facebook or even YouTube that they can buy them from me. And one of them that I will be making is the 91st logo, in scale for 6-inch and in scale for 3 3/4 inch. So yeah, it's definitely possible that you could just do that. But the official one is pretty cheap. I'm pretty sure Tungori still has them. Could be wrong. He may have sold out by now, but I remember that's where I got mine. And for a while, they were still active online. Over on eBay, by the way. That is definitely a piece to a warthog, so that's good. Sorry about the camera focusing quality. This is just a webcam, so for those of you that may not have been in the beginning of the chat, I'm trying to do the best I can with the quality, but unfortunately, it is what it is until I can get to 1,000 subs, and then I can live stream from my phone, where the camera quality is just a little bit better. And I'm not sure, I see like the little microphone bar at the bottom of my screen. Just let me know if you guys, if my microphone is loud enough for you, or if I need to move it closer to my face and talk more directly into it like this. Ooh, some legs. These are actually Mega Blok legs, so that's encouraging, but they are Call of Duty legs, not Halo legs. I'm getting a little discouraged right now because I'm pretty sure that there are like no figures in this lot. And if it's just a bunch of bricks, it's kind of a waste of money to me because I'm not going to really do anything. That's part of a red warthog. That's probably part of the red Hornet. That's Covenant something or other. Yeah, no figures so far, so that's not good. Oh, except for these guys, because everybody loves the Creo figures. These are so awesome. Just look at that articulation. Oh, there's that. Some bricks, some more bricks. How cool is that? And let's see. We'll do one of these because I'm tired of looking at a bunch of bricks and no figures, so let's get a figure up in here. Like I said, I'm predicting that these two will be Vikings, so let's hope I'm right. Let's hope I can get these open. There we go. I don't think this one is a Viking. Let's see. Nope. It is, I don't know, Olympic. It's an Olympic person. It's weird that this is in a little baggie. It's in a bag within a bag. It's bagception, if you will. Why do you need to do that? There's no reason to do that. You got medals. That's a cool piece. So that can go around the character's neck. Give that to that person. And it's a nice female face, though, which is always good to have for like making characters. And that's a cool leg printing as well. They have a full wraparound printing, or actually that's a dual molded leg. So that's nice. And then it comes with a printed disc for like a discus throw and a javelin for javelin throwing. Not a bad one. I'm hoping that this one is a Viking and that I got that right. But maybe I didn't. If this one is an Olympic person, maybe I got two Olympic persons. I'm hoping I didn't, but we'll see. We'll see. Ooh, there we go. Okay, so that's good. There's the other half of the drop pod. It's missing the pegs that go in here that would attach it together, but I can definitely work with that. I've probably got some spares. That's really nice because those are actually fairly rare right now, from what I know about the current Mega Blok standing. In terms of value, they are rare, or at least more rare than others. Some of the more recent ODST drop pods just were comically colored. They were like reds and blues, and it was just weird. So I'm glad to have a classic ODST style one and not some new modern made up one. But let's see. And if you guys have any questions or anything, if you want to see anything from the collection that I have close at hand, just drop it into the chat and I'll try and show it off, talk about it, and do whatever, that sort of thing. It's all good either way. Let's see. Gosh, there's so many of these awful. Oh my gosh, is that Walter White? Man, is he going to make some meth over here? That's crazy. Let's just put him over there. And then we got some SWAT team members. Oh, man. And I don't even know what that is. Some sort of warrior. Is the chat dead? Yeah, it's a little inactive, but hey, I don't mind. It's okay. I'll just keep sorting these. I have to sort these anyways, so I figured I would come on here and do a live stream. If there's no one in the chat, it's okay. I'm not offended. And if it is active, then I'll answer whatever questions I can. Let's see. Do you have the 41st Clone Commander from that comic pack? I do. I actually got that back at the toy show. There's a video on my channel where I picked it up from the toy department down in Dayton, Ohio. Yeah, super awesome figure. One of my favorites in the collection and probably the rarest figure that I have. But yeah, it's a bit more expensive now than it was when I bought it. And it's probably only going to go more expensive in the future. So if you can find it for a good price, I would highly suggest buying it. I would love to see your TVC Mimbin, lads. Let's see. Do I have any around here? I know I did because I just showed my weathering technique to our good friend Adrian over from @AOS T800 _T800. Sorry. So let's see here. We have a stormtrooper. Let's get him T-posing in the background for Stefan. Fortunately, most of the things that are brought up are probably going to be right at hand, so I can just pull them on screen. There we go. Yeah, these are all like knockoff Legos or Mega Bloks, or maybe I don't even know. They're like knockoffs of knockoffs of knockoffs at this point. I think that they should just be sued by Lego and just into oblivion. Just sue them into oblivion. Let's see. Who else is getting the 501st Battle Pack? I don't know about anybody else in chat, but I for sure am. I think that is a fantastic, fantastic kit. Definitely am going to buy that when it comes out. We will see you later, Star Saber Prime. We will see you later. Let's see. So this is an interesting handful. So this is from one of those like Mega Blok night sets. This used to go into like the chest of a dragon. I had some of these growing up. I don't anymore, but that's kind of a throwback. I think this is the head of the wizard too from that set. So that's interesting. And a little knockoff weapon there. That's a very chewed up clone blaster from the 3 3/4 inch Clone Wars line. I don't think I'll be able to salvage that, but it could be like a battle damaged one laying on the ground or something. Some swords from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. These might be removable. Oh yeah. Swish. That's actually not bad. I could probably use that for a custom, maybe. They're a little bit stylized, but I might be able to make that work. And there's a rocket from the set that's these instructions are of, but that's it. You know what, JCC 222222224, you can just you can just go away back to Dayton, Ohio, or I don't know, go back to your home, man. But hey, thanks for joining the chat. I actually appreciate that. Oh, dude, Lepin is far worse than anything that the world has ever made. All right, there we go. More of those. I don't think that this lot has any Mega Block Halo figures in it. I'm 100% certain of it now. I think it's just a bunch of trash figures. Oh, here we go. This will make JCC 2224 very. Oh, sorry, 222. I always say that wrong. 222 2224. There we go. I can count. I can math. There we go, right there. This is a 41st Elite Kashyyyk Trooper belt from the 30th anniversary. No idea why that's in a lot of Mega Blocks, but I'll take it because that's useful if I ever get one that doesn't have one. So let's put the 3 3/4 inch figure stuff over here that I got in this. The Minband Trooper did not come in this lot, but it's just T-posing for Stefan because if I do a live stream and I don't T-pose a figure, I'll get chewed out later. So I got to do what I got to do. And let's see what else is in here. Good grief. It's a bunch of more of these. I'm just going to try and pick out the figures and show those off and ignore the bricks because I think the live stream would go way too long if I tried to do that. Okay, correct me if I'm wrong. JCC 2224, you could even maybe answer this too. Is this barbecue or like a G.I. Joe character? Did Creo ever make a G.I. Joe line? Because that looks like G.I. Joe, but I can't think of his name. I want to say it's barbecue, but I don't remember G.I. Joe getting a Creo line. That's curious, actually. So that's cool if it is a G.I. Joe line, and maybe there's other G.I. Joes in here. That certainly is not. That's not. And that's not. But I'm actually kind of confused now. I don't know. Anyways, some more Lego knockoff figures. In fact, some of these even replicate Lego prints. Like that's a classic Knight print from Lego. There's another barbecue torso, so that's cool, I guess. Okay, so it is a barbecue. So they actually made a G.I. Joe line in this. I had no idea that they did, but that's kind of cool. Oh my gosh, it's Morty from Rick and Morty. Oh, Rick. Never doing that again. Oh, let's see. So some more useful parts. Again, I think I kind of got ripped on this lot, so that's a thing. But some parts too, one of the hovering platforms from Halo and a Warthog turret piece. So they're useful parts, but really I'm seeing myself getting ripped off in this. I'm just going to try and pick out more of these figures. Another one of those weird knights. A leg to a knight. I'm sorry, Adam. You can only dislike this once. Unsubscribe or something. Thank you, Stefan. And that looks like the face of one of the. Oh, gosh, I'm so bad with G.I. Joe names. It looks like one of the gangster guys. One of the gangster guys that like Zartan's sister is a part of or something. I could be wrong, but I'm not brushed up as well as I should be on my G.I. Joe lore. I grew up with it, but I'm not super knowledgeable about that. I found the deck of a ship and a Warthog wheel. That's exciting. It would be more exciting if there was the stuff that I was promised in this lot, but that would be too much to ask. Hey guys, if you're in need of a fire emergency, here you go. I'll save you. I'm just going to put the ladder right up here, and then, oh no, Barbecue is going to come up here, and he's going to save you. And if he falls, then you die in the fire, the trash fire that is this lot. Oh boy. Yeah. So to answer you, Adam, I paid too much for this lot. Not a bunch. Like if I spent upwards of 50 on this lot, I would be crying right now. I spent less than 50, but slightly more than 20 on it. So yeah, that's a thing. Hello, Emerald Ruler. How's it going, bros? My name is not PewDiePie. That's a Bionicle part, so that's cool. I'm going to try and sort these out in terms of things that I might actually keep, like the barbecue guy, just because he's barbecue, the swords from Ninja Turtles. Scooch the rest of these over here. I guess I'm still happy that this thing was in it, the ODST drop pod was in it, but I'm disappointed overall that there's not an ODST in it or other things. Yes, I spent 69 euros and 420 pennies on it. Ooh, there we go. That's as close as I've gotten to a Halo figure in this entire lot. That's the legs to a grunt, and for reference, the legs don't come off of the grunts. So this is a broken grunt that may or may not even be in here. There's a sword. That's cool. Wow. Very, very swooshable, that sword is. That's the bottom of the Grizzly, I think. I don't know. That's the bottom part of the vehicle that was said to come with this lot. So that's something at least a little bit more good than what I've been finding so far. I'm glad you didn't leave a dislike, Adam. I appreciate it. Yeah, you know, I couldn't stay unsubscribed from you either. I should post that video to my story because I made myself laugh with the video I sent you where I unsubscribed to the tune of Anakin's betrayal from Revenge of the Sith. Hey guys, remember what they taught you in school. Don't do drugs because only the cool kids can do drugs and you are not cool. A PSA from Rust Belt Collector. Sorry about the loud noise when I'm digging through all this stuff. Here's another sort of Halo-related thing. Well, no, this is Halo-related. This is a Flood drop pod. So you'd get like a Flood character, and he would go in there and be all gross. But actually, oh, okay, so it has one. It has one of the, okay, that's not coming out. It has one of the pins that would hold the drop pod together, but I need at least two to hold it together properly. More loud noise, very effective. Just more parts. Sorry about the loud noises, guys. Just trying to get to the bottom of this box, and then I'll talk about probably the last minifigure here, go over some of these retro figures, and yeah, then I might call it a day unless there's more stuff in the collection you guys want to see. Yeah, if you have a growth that looks anything like this anywhere on your body, especially vital organ areas, consider seeing a doctor, please. There's some more Covenant pieces. Again, the sets are probably completely incomplete, but you know, it's nice to have them at least. It's nice to have some more pieces. If I ever get another lot or something and I need those pieces, then I'll at least have spares. Oh my gosh. Man, my webcam sucks, but look at that face. And his brain is gone, so That's probably the quality of the content on my channel. You have to you have to be able to see through your own head to find that entertaining. Self-deprecation. That was the 5 POA blind. That's a good joke. I appreciate you. Very good joke. Funny meme. Yeah, some Lego jackhammers. That's nice. At this point, I am just trying to power through this and get a giant box of bricks to donate after this, because that's all I'm going to do with these. I'm not going to keep the bricks. I'll just keep the nice parts out of it, make it as valuable as I possibly can for my money, and cut my losses. Look, a Spartan leg. Very cool, very nice. That is very cool, Emerald. The heavy infantry Mando is one that I unfortunately have not been able to get, but I will someday, probably, hopefully, maybe. Definitely like the Mandalorian design. It's a really sweet figure. It's just, I didn't pre-order it like I should have, and I missed out on it, so maybe I'll get it, maybe I won't. There's somebody's arm. That's very sad. There we go. Oh, there we go. Oh, you got to be kidding me. Okay, well, there's part of a brute spiker, but I don't really know what that goes to, because it's not a Mega Blok brute spiker, but it's also not a 5-inch McFarlane brute spiker. So I'm not entirely sure what line that came from. I'm not terribly versed on Halo figures, but this may have come from the Joyride line from Halo 2 or something like that. I'm not sure. Got a blue Spartan CTF 4-pack at Dollar General a couple weeks back. Is that like the Mega Blok pack? Because if so, that's awesome. If not, that's still awesome. I miss the McFarlane figures being in stores, because those were absolutely my favorite. But I make do with the Mega Bloks, because you do what you got to do. There we go. Part of an arm to a red Marine. And wouldn't you know it, it's broken. Nice. Do I have any classic G.I. Joe action figures? Yes. If you remind me at the end of this stream, I will show you a case of them that I have. Not very many. It's just some of my favorite characters. I traded Chef Toy RD, if you're familiar with him over on Instagram. I traded him for some Star Wars Black Series figures for some of his G.I. Joes that he had. And currently a lot of them have broken rubber bands, so I need to get like a repair kit and just, swap them over. But they're some of the greatest ones, in my opinion, like the first wave Cobra Commander, Recondo, some of those guys. So I'll definitely have to, I'll show those at the end if I can. The 3 3/4-inch Jazzwares Halo figures, I think, are going to be probably my most anticipated figure of like 2020 or 2021, whenever they're supposed to come out. Jazzwares, if you're listening, please sponsor me and just send them all to me now, because let's just save each other some time. Some more body parts. Epic. Very epic. Said very ironically, because it's very unepic, the number of random body parts that I'm finding in this that aren't related to anything at all. Did I get the Black Series Baby Yoda? No. I don't know if I will either. It's not a character that I particularly care about. No offense to anybody that likes Baby Yoda. And it's also, I don't know, it's so overused right now on Instagram. Everybody's photographing the Baby Yoda figure, and it's kind of annoying. So on that note alone, I just was like, maybe I won't buy that one. Also, I should clarify that I bought this lot from a 60 or 70-year-old woman. So maybe these were like her grandkids, or what I think might also be the case, she may have been a reseller and she may have bought these as like a lot of Legos, you know, and she sorted all the non-Legos out and then sold the Legos on eBay or something. That's just a theory, but I remember I used to resell Legos back in the day, and that was kind of my method. I would buy a bunch of Legos, I'd sort out the non-Legos from the Legos, and then I would sell the Legos on Bricklink, and I would sell the Mega Blocks just in a big lot at like a garage sale or Facebook Marketplace or something. Oh gosh, these are terrible. Ugh. Yeah, there's just a bunch of blocks. I'm not getting any leg. Oh my gosh. All right. Right here. If someone can identify this in the chat, you get a cookie. You get a cookie for knowing what this is, because I know what this is. But if you know what this is, you're a legend. Take a good long look. I'm going to put it, let's see, I'll turn this upside down. I'm going to put this on top of there. I forgot about our interaction at the Super Ohio Toy Show, where I kept saying Legos, and you were very upset that I was saying Legos. You are correct, though. The plural of Lego is still Lego. No, the helmet piece is not from a classic spin-off Lego. It's actually from, I won't say the name just yet, but it is from a vintage like 1980s toy line that was not even 3 3/4 inch. It was like a 2-inch line, and it came with a bunch of cars and trucks and stuff that would transform into not Transformers. They didn't transform necessarily, but like they would be a normal car, right? And then the car, you'd press a button, would turn into a plane. And it's from like a 1980s line. So if you know what it is, that right there is from that. I'm almost to the bottom of this box, by the way. It's getting there. And the fact that any of you are even watching a blank screen while I just dig through a box is appreciated, actually. I appreciate you guys. I can't tell if you're joking, JCC2224. 22224. Yes, there we go. No, it's not from G.I. Joe, but I'm assuming that you're being fully sarcastic. So it's definitely not from He-Man either. Oh, you were so close. This is actually from Masters of the Universe. Get your lore right. That's actually a good punchline. That should be your bio. What do I think of the new Call of Duty figures? Well, I think I pretty well stated, there's a Warthog windshield in red. How nice, how lovely. I pretty well stated my opinion on the new figures in the reviews of them, but basically, I like them. They're better than Wave 1, and I hope they continue making them, but so far McFarlane hasn't announced any, so perhaps they just are done with it. I really don't know, but it is kind of a McFarlane trademark right now to just do like 3 figures from a property and then just be like, well, there's all the characters. You're done. You don't get any more. Some more figure parts. How exciting as we get down to the bottom of this box. Here's a Batarang, I'm pretty sure. If I know my lore, this is used by Superman to kill the Joker multiple times, so that's cool. I've never watched One Punch Man, so I can't really speak to that very well. But yeah, I would say they need to just make more characters for every property that they currently make characters for. I just saw in stores today when I went out there that they had 2077, Cyberpunk 2077 figures, and they looked okay, but they had 2 of them for an entire game. And I was just kind of like, are you guys going to make more of these? Anyways, that's part of the Hornet, I think, like the Red Team Hornet. So again, more individual parts, nothing complete, but hey, how exciting is that? All right, I can deal with this. This is nice. Not this. This is just a crappy sword. And not these guys, because those are just crappy figures. But this is actually pretty cool. This is a rocket attachment, or like the rocket turret from a Halo Reach Warthog. The rest of the pieces may or may not be in here, but I feel like that is usable. I think this goes on here. Yeah, so that's pretty cool. I've got a Warthog that I could put that on, and I would definitely like to have the Halo Reach Rocket Hog. So again, just trying to stay positive in all this, because this is a pretty crappy lot so far. There's a door, and you can just push right through it, and then you can have a better life on the other side of that door right there. If you just push through the door in your life, whatever that door is, then you will push through to the other side, and you'll have a better life. And that's how reality works. I appreciate that, Hunter Douglas. Thank you. It's a hidden meme gem. Because, to quote JCC2224, my channel is a meme, and I'm the meme. There we go. There's a, well, unfortunately, that's a Halo SMG with a broken hilt or handle, and another one of those Creo figures, because that's all I'm getting in this entire lot. Okay, cool. And I think I've watched all of your thrift store trash videos, Adam, and yeah, this is kind of one of those bad ones where there's like 2 things in an entire bag that you actually kept, and this is basically that. I'm keeping like a small handful of things. Mainly, I mean, I am actually happy that I got these like Star Wars pieces out of it. That's nice, but it's not nice that I paid what I paid for it. That's the not nice part. And oh, hey, look at that. There we go. Okay, so that's maybe another G.I. Joe guy. Again, I don't know if I can actually get this camera to freaking focus because it's a crappy webcam. But that, I think, is like God of War or something. What is his name? Like Crate or something like that? I don't know. It's the God of War guy. I really didn't know that Creo had that many properties. Like, if you are maybe recently joining in, they had Barbecue from G.I. Joe, and they also had the God of War. So that's actually interesting to me that they were able to achieve any properties, since they're such a crappy brand, I guess. They're just like Lego is good. Lego is good quality, but Creo and those other brands are just junk. And Mega Blok only recently has actually attained what I would consider to be good quality. Well, I guess 2 arms don't make a right, but they sure do make a pair. There's the poor figure that had his arms ripped off and then just thrown into a Mega Blok box. Wow, I feel bad for him. Oh no, it's salt. Is this red salt? I don't know if Creo has the God of War license or if they just made a character that looks exactly like God of War and were like, hey, this is the demigod of peace, and look at these sets that ironically look exactly like God of War, but they absolutely are not part of God of War. Well, there's some more stuff. That's a Pirates of the Caribbean leg, and that's a Marine arm, I believe. So again, little bits and pieces here and there. Yeah, I think that guy is that guy from God of War or something? He looks like he would be. He should be, but maybe not. I don't know. Put him there, put them there. Don't really care. They're just going to be thrown into the brick pile and gotten rid of somewhere. I'm not going to keep them. Oh no, this is epic. Man, wouldn't you love to just be trouncing through the jungles of Vietnam with the AK-77 54321 assault mega weapon? That's what this is right here. Wow. Cool. Yeah, there's Wolverine too. Yeah, that's cool. He came in this lot as well. Sorry for the dead silence. I'm running out of things to say about this lot because it's just a bunch of Creo and these random action figure bits. I even asked the lady, yes, we'll ban the AK-47 54321 assault mega weapons. We will ban them. We'll make them so illegal that you can only find them when you buy random lots of Mega Bloks. That's the only way to get them. There's not much more to say about this. I asked the lady specifically. I was like, "Hey, I'm interested in this. Do you have any action figures? I also collect like Star Wars figures, and I collect Lego, specifically Star Wars Lego. But do you have any Lego? Do you have anything else?" And she was like, "Oh, well, I'll take a look, but I don't think I do." Clearly, there's elements of it mixed in here, but I guess not. Oh, let's see what we can find. Oh my gosh. All right. Okay. Bear with me. This just made the entire lot worth it. Completely and utterly worth it. You're not going to believe this, guys. It's a hand. It's the hand to a 41st Elite Trooper, the same guy that this belt came from. But more importantly, let me just dig into my fodder box really quick. Because I'm pretty sure the major irony of this situation is that for the longest time, this guy's been chilling in my fodder box doing nothing because I just didn't have a hand for him. And check this out. Okay, there we go. He's whole. He's perfect. Look at him. That's actually really awesome. Like, I legitimately was not expecting that. I've never really ever found the small pieces that you lose from the figures. You always find a figure missing a helmet or missing a anything else, any of the small pieces. But I just got the gosh dang hand for this 41st Elite Clone Trooper that I've been missing for probably years. That's, yeah, an achievement unlocked, rare find in Mega Blok lot. That's, wow, I'm actually pretty happy with that. Okay, wait, let's see. This one or this? This guy had the epic gamer moment, so let's just kind of do. All right, guys, so picture this. You're walking through the forest world of Kashyyyk when suddenly the trees start speaking battle droid, Roger, Roger, and then you detonate an LAT something Mega Blaster, and then epic win, you defeat the Separatists. That's a meme right there. Somebody screenshot that and make me famous. The T-pose and the dab. You can never find a more villainous duo than these two right here. So I don't think this lot's going to get any better than finding the 41st Elite hand. And honestly, I guess that does actually make it worth it. Like I'm actually kind of okay with that. Like nothing else in this lot except for that. It was a very expensive hand, but it was worth it in the end. And now we can find a fully diverse group of people. We now have a female Creote character. There we go. And this is good. We found another one of those flaps, which is good. I actually want to keep that. When you're playing Battlefront 2 and you would like to play as the accurate 41st Elite Clone Troopers on Kashyyyk, but you're playing as the 501st and the Galactic Marines and the 41st Landing Platform unit, yeah, that's when you dab on those Wookiees. When you finally can play as the Sniper Division and you can be the Kashyyyk Trooper on Kashyyyk. That's when you dab on those Wookiees. Yeah, I don't know Ninja Turtles well enough, but that might be her. And if it is, then it's a Mega Blok head on a Creo body. Because in this lot, why the heck wouldn't it be? And I'm not really finding anything else. I'm just finding like more of these little Creo bodies. I found a scalpel so I can finally do surgery on my cold, dead heart. And let's see. That's another Pirates of the Caribbean leg. I found a flipper. Bro, is it really wasted hours playing OG Battlefront? Because I feel like that's just time well spent. I still play it on my Xbox because I got it for free, I think. I got it for the Xbox One, I should say. So I still play it. And a few more pieces at the very, very bottom of the box. Pick those out and show them off because there's a few pieces. Oh man, another epic win moment in the making. Another, well, not another, but a Lego blaster. Again, I'm sorry, the camera will not focus because it's just a crappy webcam, but that's a Lego Clone Trooper blaster, like one of the original ones. They're kind of hard to come by. They're easily lost, so I'm glad that I have that at least. That's something to show for this lot that I otherwise have nothing to show for. And some more pieces. Cool. That's it. So a few more limbs to some Halo characters. Nothing much. Just like some very small pieces. How exciting. I figured out why this lot was so cursed. It's because it has this pole of cursed Dragon Age warrior stuff, and it cursed the lot. That's why. It was stolen from a cleric in Saxony, Germany, and of course, we all know about ancient curses. They curse the Mega Blok lots all the time, and that's what this must have done. I don't know. Let me clear off this stuff here really quick. It might be kind of noisy. I might go silent for a bit. Let me clean off this, and then we'll get into this last pack here. We'll talk about these. I'll try and bring out the vintage G.I. Joes that I have, if Emerald is still in the chat, and we'll just see how the chat goes from there. I don't know if we'll keep going for much longer because it's nearing an hour of pure bliss, because what isn't blissful about this? But let's see what we can do to make it end on a mediocre note at the very least. Oh, and if you're wondering about this mask, it's literally from Mask. It's from MASK in the 1980s. It's a series where it was all about changing and like transforming vehicles and stuff. Not Transformers, but just transforming vehicles. So ironically, you find a mask from Mask in the most random Mega Blok lot that I have ever found in my entire life. So yeah, you got a little bit of everything to make the world go round here. Let's get this stuff out of the way. Let's see. The stuff that was actually good was the Star Wars pieces there. Man, how do you make a thumbnail for this, by the way? There's no thumbnail for this. I think this will be something along the lines of my thumbnail. Let me just grab a quick screenshot of that because, bro, this is epic. Masked Crusaders working overtime, fighting crime. I know almost nothing about the Mask line. I just know that the vehicles are actually pretty cool. Like, as a kid, who wouldn't want a vehicle that starts off as a Ferrari and then turns into a flying rocket ship? That's the ideal child line, in my opinion. But anyways, let's see. We'll just move. Let's see. He's in frame. That's there. Dabbing Stormtrooper, Clone Trooper guy's there. I can't believe I called him a Stormtrooper. I should be banned from YouTube now. Please, this whole stream is a freaking cringe compilation. I don't know how to live stream, guys. I don't even know why there's 9 viewers right now. But you guys are loyal, and I appreciate that because, yeah, I do. Okay, so this one, I still think one of these is a Viking, but I could be wrong. I don't really know. I think he's a Viking. I hope he's a Viking. And it's not, but that's okay. Let's see. It's a diver, apparently. Let's see if I can build this really quick. You put the head there, you put the legs there, you put the diver's mask there, you put the goggles on. Oh, I don't know why it comes with a base when it also comes with flippers. The flippers would kind of prevent this from actually being able to stand on a base. And then it comes with a sea turtle, which is a pretty cool Lego piece. That's very unique. Oh, gosh dang it. Adam cursed the live stream again by saying he hopes it's not a Viking. I felt the spear in this one, and the Viking comes with a spear, so I was pretty sure. That was a Viking. And I don't know what made me think that this one was the Viking, but clearly it's not, which is okay. It sucks, but it's okay. I don't know what those other pieces go to, so that's that. There we go. Don't know what I'll do with those two, but I definitely, I wanted the drone guy because he comes with a freaking drone. I think that's pretty sweet. But the other two I don't really care about because they're not the freaking Viking. Okay, let's catch up on the stream here really quick. 41st Scout Trooper is cursed. Yes, he is. Although he's also blessed because we found the hand in this stream, so he's blurst. I'm doing a lot better than I do on a stream. You've been able to keep your viewers chatting and watching. Well, I appreciate that. I'm glad that you guys have been interacting. That is awesome. And also thanks to JCC2224 for sticking around and chatting. Good to catch up with you, man. It's been a while. Stop calling my action figures and collectibles hot. They are not hot. That is it's unacceptable in this family-friendly, PG-clean YouTube channel. Stop it. Let's see. Remember the Lego Aquatic series from like 2005? Yeah, I think I actually had some of those sets way back when. I think I may have had a couple. Did I make any customs with the Fortnite guns? I might have. I don't remember. I don't think I did. I had them, and I meant to do something with them, but they ended up just going into my fodder box, and I didn't do anything. So, yeah. Okay. So, anyways, that's the stuff that I got from the mystery packs and from the Mega Blok lot, which was complete trash. This isn't even thrift store trash. This is just trash. It's just trash, man. It's trash. But let's see. Also here, if any of you guys collect these or anything, picked these up today, which is cool. I like the vintage figures, I guess. They're pretty awesome. And this is the newest Hasbro line that's like a Walmart exclusive. I picked these up literally because the guy put them out right as I was standing there, and I just couldn't resist. So you got Yoda, who's looking very interesting. I like how one eye is like going up and one eye is going down. You know, I'm going to teach you how to use the Force. And yeah. There's Luke, which I think the Bespin Luke actually is a really solid figure. That looks awesome. He comes with like the vintage yellow lightsaber there, the blaster. It's pretty sweet. These guys look great on card, so that's why I'm not sure if I'm going to take them out of the box or leave them on the card. I haven't made up my mind yet. And honestly, this is the only time I've ever seen these in stores. I never saw the Target line in stores. I would have loved to have gotten a couple of the Stormtrooper, the vintage Stormtrooper. But nope, not at all. Didn't find him ever. So there's Leia. That looks pretty awesome. I don't have this figure in the vintage, like the original vintage line, so I don't have anything to compare it to, but these look pretty solid. These look pretty good compared to what the actual true vintage figures are. Let's see, put that over there. Then you have Lando Calrissian, and a little bit of a crease there, but not a big deal because I'm not too particular about my card backs. I'm not super stingy about it. If I get a damaged card back, I usually just rip it open and say, screw it, I'm going to have a loose figure. But these are pretty sweet. And there's a Lando. I was amazed. Well, I guess not really amazed because the guy literally set them out while I was standing there. But I did get the rarest figure of the line, which is this one over here. But I got this Han Solo. This was actually one of my first Star Wars action figures. I got him for like 25 cents at a garage sale, the original vintage version of this. He was super loose. Paint was worn off everywhere, but I loved it because I was like, dude, I got Han Solo from the Empire Strikes Back. He looks awesome. But yeah, this is cool. Another retro one. I don't know what I'm going to do with these. I don't even know. I probably should have just only bought this one because it's Boba Fett and it's freaking awesome. But the other ones I probably should have just left. But I didn't because I couldn't resist since I've never seen them in stores before. But yeah, this is the Boba Fett. Looks really nice, actually. The paint is very shiny and glossy. I'm assuming that's pretty accurate to what a vintage one would look like. The vintage ones that I have, if I can actually... Hold on one second. This is the only one that I actually have as a vintage figure. So I have the vintage Boba Fett, which looks fantastic, but it's going to be interesting to see. Let's hold these up. I know there's some paint variations with the vintage one. So like the chest plate's lighter on this new re-release and it's darker on this one. But in the vintage line, there's multiple paint variations where I think the Taiwan release had a lighter chest plate similar to this one, whereas the standard Hong Kong release was like this one with like a darker paint app. I don't know. It differs a lot, and it's crazy because back in the day, manufacturing was a lot less regular or consistent, and now it's much more consistent. So they're all going to look the same, whereas back in the day, it was like, oh, there's kind of an off-colored one. And if you go online, you can see there's collectors everywhere that collect all the variations, and nobody's got time for that. I don't need 15 Boba Fetts that are slightly different. I just need one, and that's this one. And now I have two, so that's this one. I don't know. I literally could resell all of them for hundreds of dollars in a few years, probably. In fact, even right now, they are already selling for more than retail because, one, they're a Walmart exclusive, so that means that there's almost no distribution of them. And two, the retro collection appeals to a lot of different collectors. It gets the nostalgic older collectors involved, and it gets the new collectors that don't want to pay the vintage prices. So it's the best of both worlds, I guess. And so I think that it makes them very scarce in the wild. I don't get why Hasbro decided to make each wave a different exclusive, like a Target exclusive for wave 1 and a Walmart exclusive for wave 2. I think that's bad marketing, but I mean, that's their choice. So there you go. Very nice vintage. Reminds me of the cartoon classic. Yeah, kind of fits in with the holiday special. Ooh. Let's see. You could easily get 900 for my Star Wars collection. Yeah, I don't know what mine is worth either. Or not either, but I don't know what mine is worth. I would love to know what it's worth, but I probably also don't want to know because then I would kind of know how much I spent on it. And that would be a lot more than I would like to admit, probably. Let's see. Lastly, I'll be right back. I got to grab the vintage G.I. Joes that Emerald wanted to see. And then I think that's probably where I will wrap up the stream, unless there's anything else in the chat that I see that I'll address. But let me grab those and I'll be right back. Alrighty. So let's see. I've got a couple more than what I'm going to show here, but this is just what I was able to grab at the moment. First off, I actually have a couple mask figures, so let's see if that will... I mean, that doesn't go with him, but that's what the mask figures looked like. They were almost 5 POA because they have like the straight arms, but then they had bendy knees, bendy hips, and a swivel head. They're pretty interesting. If you don't know, there was actually a point at which I think Kenner was considering doing a Star Wars line in the same, I guess, in the same style as the Mask line, just because Mask did so well back in the day. But, you know, I'm sorry if you guys got bored while you had to wait for that. I'm sorry. Gosh. Guys have the attention spans of goldfish. So yeah, just starting off with these loose ones that I pulled out of the drawer. You've got Gung Ho in one of his many variations where the tattoo jumps around his body. Pretty sweet one. This is one that I had growing up, and I like it a lot. I've also got one of my favorite Vipers. I think this is like a Jungle Viper, maybe. Someone can probably correct me on that. I don't know all the different versions. I just know that this is a Viper. It's one of my favorite figure designs that came out of the vintage Joe line. He's a little bit... He does a little jig when you move him. Yeah, but he's still one of my favorites. I think I picked him up at a garage sale a long time ago for like, a quarter, and he's been with me ever since. In fact, when I was a kid, I used to pretend that these guys were ODSTs from Halo. You can kind of see the helmet does have sort of a similar design to like a Halo 2 ODST. So that's what we always used to pretend they were. Oh, this isn't Dave, but hey, it's Dave's brother, David. Meme. Okay, anyways, here's one of my all-time favorite Cobras, actually, besides the Viper, and it's the Headhunter Stormtrooper Commander. This guy is pretty awesome, actually. He has some Star Wars-y vibes going on. He looks kind of like he has a cross between a Stormtrooper helmet and like a Darth Vader mask. And then his body is just covered in spikes. And it's pretty metal, bro. It's pretty metal. And I like this guy. He's like a 1980s, 1990s G.I. Joe figure. Had him since I was a kid, and it's awesome. It's a hand-me-down for my older brothers. So that's why I have him, because I'm not that old. I'm not old enough for these guys to be like in stores when I was a kid. But it's a hand-me-down, and he is freaking awesome. And then on to, well, okay, I might have to move some of these. So let's do this. Tactically scoot these guys off to the side. And then this is the case that I was able to trade off of Chef Toy RD. I absolutely love it. I have this poster, actually. So I have this image with all the vintage characters as a poster. I got it from a garage sale as well. I'm a huge garage sale person, as you can kind of tell. Bought a bunch of comics too, like the original comic series. And the lady there was like, hey, you want this poster too? And I was like, yeah, I want this poster. So in here, oh no, this isn't all of them. Okay, so this is some of them. The other ones I have are like, I have the Cobra Commander original. I have some other ones from that same line. Some of the original G.I. Joes where they're just like generic green fatigue guys, you know, but they're all broken in rubber bands. So that's why they're not in this case. I forgot I put them into storage until I can get some rubber bands. So sorry about that. Well, I won't be showing those off today, but there's Wild Weasel, the original Wild Weasel. Very big, bulky helmet, but he's really a really interesting shade of red. I love the classic Cobra Troopers that are, or the Crimson Guard that are in the red. So it's nice to have another one of those or another red character. This guy is unknown to me. He's a Cobra. I don't know which Cobra. A little bit loose, but there's him. Not really my favorite design. He's kind of generic looking, just not something that I'm overly fond of. Let's see. One of my all-time favorites, the general, like the general generic is what I mean by general. The Cobra Troopers, just in the blue. He's awesome. I would honestly love to have multiples of this guy, like standing along with Cobra Commander, because it's a very iconic look. It's kind of reminiscent of like a World War II German, and that's definitely what they were kind of getting at with the whole G.I. Joe thing. But it's a really nice design, and as an early figure, these guys are super posable. Like when you consider this versus like the vintage Star Wars line, these guys were it, you know? These guys were the peak action figure in the 3 3/4 inch line back then. Oh, you got a pack of those black rubber bands in the hair accessory aisle. Wrap them around twice and it works great. I will keep that in mind. Thank you. I definitely have an assortment of G.I. Joes that need to be repaired. And so that would be very helpful. Then I think this is Gen 2 Scarlet. I say Gen 2 because she has the swivel elbows, whereas I think Gen 1 has just a straight elbow. And she's got her crossbow weapon thingy-mabob, although I'm terrified of actually putting these in their hands because as a kid, I broke off so many of their thumbs trying to get them to hold their weapons that I'm a little nervous. I'm a little shell-shocked from that I don't want to break these vintage figures. Then we have the all-time classic Storm Shadow. I'd love to get the accompanying Snake Eyes to go with him, but right now I just have this guy. I love that he's not super yellowed because these guys yellow really bad. The white characters did from the G.I. Joe line. So this guy's slightly off-white. He's a little discolored, but overall, really awesome. He has his swords. He's a freaking ninja, man, and I love it. I love the design of the ninjas in the G.I. Joe line. Speaking of that, I did actually pre-order the non-exclusive version of Snake Eyes, so that'll be in eventually, and I'll do a pre-order, or not a pre-order. I will do a review of that 6-inch figure. I'm really looking forward to that. And then this guy, I think, is probably my favorite G.I. Joe vintage character, Recondo, and his Australian Outback hat. This guy is so cool. I can't remember when I had mine. I had the original. Well, this is the original. I had one originally as a kid, and I think my brother gave it to me, and I remember his hat was like completely broken off. Like the brim of the hat was just snapped off. And I still love the character. And so when I saw that Chef Toyardee had this one, I immediately was like, dude, I got to get this guy. I got to get Recondo. My all-time favorite Joe, I think, from the vintage line. And he's just cool. Like he's kind of the World War II / like maybe a little bit more modern, maybe like a little bit Vietnam jungle soldier. So he's got kind of a M1 carbine right there with a backpack, shoulder holster. He just looks cool. You know, he looks like a movie character, like a movie soldier character that would be fighting alongside Rambo or something. And plus, he's got a really great stash, man. Just look at that mustache. It's just so nice. Let's see if I can get that to focus. It's just such a nice stash. But yeah, Oh yeah, he does kind of remind me of that Predator guy as well, the mustache man from Predator. Let's see if I can get. They made a figure of Recondo in the Pursuit of Cobra line directly inspired by Ventura from Predator. That is a very fun fact. I did not know that. I know they remade this figure, this version of him, in what the 25th anniversary line or something like that. And I wanted to get it, but it's too expensive for me right now. So I'll get it eventually. And to answer, let's see, where was that comment? To answer Emerald, G.I. Joe is a vintage toy line from like the 1980s, 90s, and into like the early 2000s. And it's basically just real American heroes. That was the tagline. So basically it's American soldiers like this guy and like Scarlet here fighting against the powers of evil, which would be the Cobra. And this is like a Cobra soldier. So it was G.I. Joe versus Cobra, kind of a, I don't know what you would even consider it. Just like your generic comic booky war thing for kids, you know, had soldiers that looked very entertaining, I guess. I don't really know how to describe it. They were appealing to kids. So they had the very Rambo-esque characters. It's got very sort of World War II German style enemies, but also very sci-fi enemies like this guy, you know, he's very sci-fi. In later years, they definitely got more sci-fi than in the early years, but you've got, you know, ninjas, you've got robots. It is a wild line, and I think it's pretty awesome, actually. And also, just to show off these, got a bunch of file cards with this. So I've got the Wild Weasel, Clutch, Cobra Commander, Recondo. These are all the figures that I actually have, but they are missing their rubber bands. So I have Clutch. He's got a broken rubber band. Cobra Commander. He's got a broken rubber band. Storm Shadow, Recondo. You've seen those. Scarlet. She's still intact. Tripwire. I've got him. Broken rubber band. Zap. Broken rubber band. Wild Bill. Broken rubber band. I've got another one of these. I've got another Cobra Trooper. Broken rubber band. Rock and Roll. Broken rubber band. But I will get those repaired eventually. This was such a cool concept. So again, kind of going to Emerald, who doesn't know necessarily what G.I. Joe was, you got these file cards, and they gave like a brief bio about the character, and you would cut them out of the back of the packaging. So you had, like you can see here, there's the front of the card basically, and you would cut these off. Let's see, this was Toys R Us. I don't know what date this was purchased, but Toys R Us for $287. Probably a clearance sticker for Cobra Commander. I think that's pretty awesome. $287 nowadays would probably be somewhere around the lines of like $5 maybe. So I don't even know. But yeah, this was a really cool concept. I wish that they would do this amount of effort. Like if they would put this much effort into modern toy lines where you'd get a file card, you would cut out the UPCs and you'd send them in, and I think you could earn like free, not necessarily free, but you know, you could earn different things by saving the UPCs. It was just such a good time to be alive. Like toy lines were just so well thought out, very detailed. I used to do Halo McFarlane figures did the same thing. You'd cut out the UPCs and you'd put them on, I forget, HaloWaypoint.com, I think, and you could earn points towards something. I don't remember what you would earn, but I never got enough to actually earn anything. So that's a rip, and also that's a rip because I hit the camera. Thanks for joining in, JCC22224. If you guys don't subscribe to him already, which probably most of you do, but if you don't, check him out because he's got a lot of amazing content relating to all sorts of different action figures, toy lines, Transformers, Gundam, stuff that I don't necessarily collect because I'm mostly a Star Wars Halo guy. But yeah. Anyways, I think that's about where I'm going to wrap this up. We've been going for about an hour and a half, and I don't really have anything else to show you. You know, I went through all the Mega Blocks, showed you off my vintage G.I. Joes and the Legos, all that good stuff. So thanks, guys, for joining in. Thanks to all you guys who stuck around for the whole thing because, oof, that was a long, semi-boring stream. You guys are awesome. So I'll catch you guys later. New video probably sometime within the next week. I've been trying to keep to like the weekly schedule, so you should see me back here pretty soon. I'll catch you all later.